deep once again. My heart is waking. It hurts when you lie all the time. Can't feel anymore. Feels numb when I die. Restart me again and again. Your love, the ghost of me. Been waiting for the light. Won't say goodbye. Won't close my eyes and die. I'm waking, give me life. The ghost of me, of me. The ghost of me. One more time. The ghost of me.
Yeah. Now you got me out in the deep. Feeling I'll be wrapped around your neck. When you burn me out. One. Hello.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Friday night version of our catch-up of the Hold My Pen Promptcast, which will be on tomorrow night. But tonight is just kind of a relax, get to know us, and talk about what we did last weekend. Okay, it's like what happened? Okay, so there's our beautiful Cash.
Can you hear me, or do I need the plug-in?
No, I can hear you just fine, but
Okay.
anybody in chat, can you hear us fine?
I am going to switch, though, because this one bugs me a little bit. Hold on.
I am here, but I am shopping, getting groceries.
Gotcha.
Okay. Did I forget my microphone?
Starvos, if you're still in chat, can you give us a thumbs up if you can hear us?
Okay, that's better. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you just fine.
Okay, perfect. I just switched headphones. I just wanted to make sure.
Gotcha. I think I'm going to have to change the batteries out on my mouse again. I am currently looking for a necklace for the suit.
For the one that I gave you?
Yes.
There's Twitch. There it is.
Tech check. Can you not hear us, or what's going on? I'm out having sushi. Ah. Okay, I'm going to take that as a compliment that we can obviously hear me. Uh,
Okie dokie. Now I'm ready. Y'all
look,
caught me when I was coming in the house, so.
Izzy was like, hey, I have to go get ready. We're supposed to be on. And I'm like, oh, yeah, but, she was having technical difficulties earlier and had to reboot. So I was like, okay, so we're just delayed. We're fine.
When aren't we delayed?
Never.
So far, it's been never.
There's always something that catches us, and
For sure.
I had to find a cane for a child.
For what particular purpose?
Well, his dad had issues with his legs and back when we were together 22 years ago. And I just chalked it up to his military stuff, right? Like he
Right.
had some injuries while in the 101st Airborne. And that's what I chalked it up to. Turns out it might actually be a hereditary thing.
I'll be right back.
Okay. So sometimes his back and his legs are causing him trouble, and he's got to walk around with a cane, especially after the car accident. I'm eating dinner.
I haven't had dinner yet. I just walked in the house.
And as always, you look fantabulistic.
Yep. Just got home from work, so.
Yeah, me just getting home from work. Well, I could still be in my PJs the night before, or decked out in branded gear,
Yeah.
or in all my Renaissance gear that I spent way too much money on earlier this
Yeah.
year.
Yeah. It happens.
It happens. But I think I'm adding that all of those pieces of clothing I am adding as business expenses this year.
Good.
Simply because if not my financial services career, it was for my book career. There we go. Mm, mm, that's right.
So has anyone seen the pictures? Like any of our followers? Did we even post them to Discord? I know we.
Well, I posted them to the admin team chat so that we can pick and choose which ones we want
I see.
to kind of be out there.
Yeah.
Because in the moment when you had a little bit too much to drink, they all look great.
True. Reality, they might not be.
Right? I mean, good God. I started to see the wibble wobble underneath this, and I was like, yep, okay. I've officially hit middle age.
Yeah. You are frozen. On my screen, at least.
Lovely. Yep. I'm looking over there and I'm seeing that I've got my thumb in my mouth. Okay.
Poor Izzy.
I mean, that thumb stayed in that mouth until second grade. So, I mean,
It happens. Um,
okay. I can exit out of that. Wow, that's just like.
Did you toggle off that one like auto?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, yes, I did. All right. I got an idea.
And she drops out and she drops back in.
yeah, yeah.
There you go.
Boom shakalaka laka boom. Ugh. Her royal pinkness. Eventually, I'll put that outfit together and take some pictures.
I mean, you've got all the pieces.
I do have all the pieces. All told, I'm still absolutely lambasted, flabbergasted. You know, pull up,
Here we
get
go.
out of the car, give Patrick a hug. I am not normally a hugger. I'm really not. And for all intents and purposes, physically speaking, Patrick is a complete stranger, right? Never met him face to face, whatever. He wrapped me up in that hug, and I did not feel weird in the least. It was like seeing a longtime friend, and there was no uncomfortability whatsoever. And then sets me down, and suddenly I hear, "Hey, Izzy," from behind me, and I'm like, "What? No, people aren't supposed to know me at this thing." And yet, no, people knew me.
People did know you.
Toggle off your camera.
My camera?
Yeah, toggle off that auto focus thing.
Oh, yeah,
You're
yeah, yeah,
fuzzy.
because I came back in.
I
Dun,
mean,
dun, dun, dun.
there we go. Now you're clear. But no, it was. I didn't have that. I mean, I got that later, but I did not have that initial, except for Patrick, which is like, "Hey, where are you?"
Yeah,
And I'm like,
yes.
"Hey, I'm not the one driving." And it was amazing when we went in, we got signed in, went down, or went in there, started setting up the table, and of course everybody's like, "Julie," and I'm sitting there like, "Huh? What?" Like, it was a little weird that people knew who I was, and though I have, you know, thousands of fans across different platforms, it's weird when you meet some of these people face to face.
Mm-hmm.
Now, mind you, weird in a good way,
Right.
but it was definitely the, oh my god, I never thought I'd ever get to meet you guys in person,
Nope.
and it was fun. It was exhilarating. It was exhausting. It's exhausting.
It was exhausting in a good way, but at
Yes,
the
it
same
was.
time, I haven't slept like that in a while. Once I got home,
Yeah,
Oh, facts. And then, of course, the whole book stuff just does not end because no sooner do we pull up into my driveway, unload Kesh's car with all my junk. We immediately get the laptop out and continue dev editing and figuring out, okay, where's the missing pieces, this, that, and the other in her world. And it didn't stop. It didn't stop. I think what, 10 o'clock, 10:30 our
something
time,
like that. Yeah,
maybe later. I have no idea.
I
'Cause
didn't
my
get to
kid
bed
came
till
home.
almost 1:30. So
Yeah, it was pretty late.
but I just didn't want to get back in my car.
Hey, that's completely fair.
come on.
There you go. Yep, absolutely. And now, of course, ah, I'm still not recovered.
Yeah,
Mm-mm. Took an extra day off of work after, so I didn't work Tuesday. I went back to work Wednesday, made it into the office. I had to because I had an in person meeting that I had to do. Brain was completely unadulteratedly disconnected. Thankfully, every person I talked to on the phone where I fumbled, I said, "I am so sorry. Today is my first day back from vacation, so my brain is still trying to make the connections to." And everybody laughed and said, "Hey, I don't blame you, it's fine." Then
that's
yesterday
exactly.
was Juneteenth, so I had the day off and I was just so
That's
out
a
of it.
Yeah, that's exactly how it was for me on Tuesday when I went back to work because I, of course, am a glutton for punishment and go right back to work.
Yes, you are.
That's how retail is, I guess.
Yes, it is.
But I look fabulous.
You do look fabulous. And your dress and your crown were fabulous. Everybody was gorgeous. I did do a live for 2 songs from the ball over on TikTok, and I also took a video with a bunch of us ladies and Patrick on the dance floor doing Moulin Rouge, and then posted it. It's gotten some pretty good views. So, yeah, it was a great
So,
experience.
yeah. Is there anyone down there to ask questions?
Uh, don't know. Hey,
Oh, there she is.
we have
There's
Shar.
somebody. How you doing?
And follow-up question, will you be able to go live tomorrow?
Who'd we lose? Oh,
Patrick.
Patrick.
Okay.
Well, he was doing magic carpet rides and grocery stuff, so.
Yeah.
You guys just said that almost at the exact same time in the almost exact same tone and inflection.
Look, we've already had this discussion.
Do we need to have it for the viewers?
Oh, yes, yes. Izzy, explain. I love Izzy's logic on this one. Hey, Trisha!
Trisha!
Hi, Trisha.
Fighting with the formatting for my latest book, and yes, I should be able to go live tomorrow. Fantastic. Well, real quick, as when we're on that topic, before I go to the point of, I apparently have a type in best friends. Um, how many submissions do we have thus far?
1 moment, please. I will.
Not mine yet.
Not mine
Not
yet
mine
either,
yet
but I just
either.
figured out where mine was going.
Yep, we were talking about that this afternoon after I got off of work.
I may not have my full story if I do when I
Oh,
do submit.
well,
One,
here's the good
two,
news,
3,
technically, right?
4,
Depending on what we got,
5. Okay, that's
and
just
what kind of numbers we looking at?
Oh, hold 1 moment, please.
Because in theory, we're doing a two-nighter. So some of us who can't get them in by 3 p.m. Central tomorrow could go on the second night.
Right. Right now we have 5. Let me pull up the calculator. 1,000.
I got pizza underneath a nail. I was literally asked this past weekend, why my pinky nail is so long if it's for a specific
Habit.
purpose, and I made the joke, it was a complete joke, that that's my crack nail. I do not do crack, okay? I don't. Um, but it's been coming in handy as I'm getting things out from underneath the other nails.
Oh yeah, always.
And when I was changing my bedding, right, because I had been sweating like crazy leading up to, didn't take a shower as soon as I got back home. I just passed out, stripped my bed, went to go put on the new bed sheets. Soon as I flip out the fitted sheet, Kieran goes diving underneath and won't get out of the fitted sheet. And in that process, I break a motherfucking nail.
Kitty cat didn't want you having nails, evidently.
And not the long one. Not this super crazy long one. Okay,
Now,
what do we got?
now, mind you, the only ones that have submitted is Patrick, Trisha, Shar, Starvos,
Anonymous.
and the anonymous.
Hi, Talia.
Hi. How you doing?
It's Tay. Tay from the show. Tay, our lovely new
Oh,
friend from
yay.
Readers.
Nice to see ya.
Driving home from work. Well, we're hoping we're being entertaining. Right now with just those, we are sitting at 8,700, just over 8,700. It's 8,735.
I'm just short of 2,000 right now, and like I said, I'm trying to at least like get to a good stopping point before I submit.
Right. Me personally, I just figured out where mine's going. So for me, it's now I've got to sit down and write it.
Yeah.
So I have no idea where mine's going to land. We all know how that goes. I'm sure you did, Char, because I know you. Let me do some tidying up in here because this is driving me absolutely bonkers.
Here's a Patrick.
Heyo. Don't mind me. I'm going to be cooking dinner.
Gotcha. Doing a little bit of the body doubling. Uh,
I don't think it's any good anymore. That's what I'm talking about, maybe.
Patrick, are you ready for your signing tomorrow?
That's right.
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay.
It's not necessarily like a bad thing, but like I'm waiting to get an email confirmation because they sent me an email the other day. Oh, your copies that we ordered haven't come in yet. By chance, just in case, do you have any stock? I'm like, I just got back from an event where I sold 25 of my books out of the 4 book versions of books I brought plus my hardback. I was like, so I only have 5 Shady Pines, 5 paperback of Kingdom of Shadow, and 10 hardback. That's all I have. It's like my stock that I reordered doesn't get here until July 1st.
Right.
I was like, I
But
didn't
had you
order
known that,
more.
then you would have
Yeah.
adjusted accordingly. But but yeah, I have still not gone through and done inventory or anything on my stuff. It is all still sitting in the tote in the middle of my living room, and I was like, you know what? I'll get to it this weekend. Getting back into the groove, getting home, back into the family stuff and everything like that, and it definitely was a task, being gone and then coming back. So Right now, I'm just like, oh, I'm here. I'm doing the thing. Well, it would be in the office if it wasn't for the fact that while I was gone, I had three kitty terrorists that decided that my office was a knock everything off the shelf because mom wasn't here to say no or stop. So I have to clean my office before I can bring the tote in and do inventory.
How's my little artist doing?
Your little artist's last day of summer school was today.
Bob,
So
did he enjoy
uh,
the art supplies?
he has enjoyed the art supplies, and right now they are in, or they went back into mommy's tote. Just for the simple fact that he tried to draw on his clothes.
Yeah,
So,
that's
and
my boy.
these were his good ones, not the the play clothes. So I was like, no, 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 we take these away. Thankfully, it was a close enough color match that I didn't. It didn't take much to get it out, and you don't notice where it's at. But that's where we're at. Uh, but yeah, Aries is doing great. He was a bit of a Velcro before, or when I got back, and now he's the same in different. Like, okay, it didn't take long to go back into routine, so thankfully we're good.
Well, so do you want to hear the oh fuck news now or the oh heck yeah news?
Let's go with the oh fuck, and then follow up with the cool as
Yeah.
well,
Yes.
because
Well,
bad news is always better if it's delivered first.
yeah. Well, I might be having a lot more stories that I am going to have to crank out than I planned. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. I don't do it for everybody. Oh wait a minute, yes I do.
Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah, sorry, not sorry.
Um, I bought a new mold for making candles, and I thought it was going to have the hole I needed for the wick. I'm going to have to put that in the mold myself.
That sounds about right.
Otherwise, it makes a solid wolf head.
Right.
I'm like, well, I don't want that. I want it to actually be a candle if I'm going to put candle wax in there, you know?
Right. So let me ask you
Unless
this
you all know people that.
for the silicone mold, right? Because I have an ASMR thing where I like watching people demold things. The base that you put over top, like once you pour everything in, is that the base of the wolf, or does it?
So upside down right now. So when it's done, it will look like this when it comes out. So the wolf's head is upside down in it right now.
Oh, okay. So potential issue because when it's upside down, right, and the neck is the top, if you drill a hole or cut a hole in there for that wick, your wax is going to just fall right out. So make sure that you put the wick in, plug it
No, because
good.
this one does the same method.
Mhm.
This does the same method when I'm making my howling wolf. I just had to have it rubber banded and sealed this way. This is fine as soon because as long as this hole is not bigger
It's
than
and the
the
wick.
wick, I'm
Okay,
kosher.
there we go. That was
hmm
just double checking.
So basically, I'm going to have to take it, push this inside out, so I can find exactly where that wick has to go between the two ears,
Mhm.
and just stick a needle in there.
And then feed through your
And have
stuff.
the wick there just Tease it through just enough.
That you can
Yep,
pull it
just have it just
very.
enough.
Yep. Because we don't like wasting wick around
Now,
here.
you want to know the real good news?
What's the real good
No.
news?
You want to know the real? You
I
want to
just
know who
said.
is doing a tryout for one of our lovely narrators that was on the narrating panel?
Oh,
Very nice. The one we were talking about? The brunette? Nice.
Um,
Because we're not going to
no,
say any
the one that has
names.
a cute.
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
The cute little voice we were
The one that
actually
has the
talking.
husband that's an author.
I don't
They
know.
share the
I
table.
don't know. I did not pay attention to any of that. We were talking about
the
how
one
different
that came up
voices.
like he didn't like me.
Ah, shit balls.
Hmm. The one
I
that's
can.
feisty.
Yeah, she is feisty.
She even asked, she's like, well, do you want this to have accents or no accent? I'm like, well, it is a British story, and I haven't had much success with people having good accents, but I've heard yours and you can pull it off. You can more than freely try to do your demo with the accent.
Right.
Now, just so that I am
So
aware,
hopefully by
this is the one when you and I were talking with the three narrators as they were going past. The
she
two
wasn't the blonde,
ladies.
she wasn't the skinny little girl with dark hair.
Okay, so it was neither of them. Okay.
She was the one in the sundress.
I was looking at books and trying not to go past RJ Smith's table anymore. There's nothing wrong with RJ Smith. Absolutely nothing wrong. The problem is that there is everything right about his series and I could not afford it.
Okay, somebody want to catch me up on Patrick's news because I had to go deal with the minion.
Oh, so the bad news is that he thought it was for a candle, he's got to poke the hole.
Okay, that's not a big deal. That's an inconvenience, but
That's
that's not a big deal.
not a big deal. Um the good news is apparently you guys are aware of the narrator who is going to audition for Kingdom of Shadows.
I am. I'm very. I know exactly which one he's talking about. So, yeah, it was the one that I'm like, she doesn't like me, and come to find out, no, that's just her personality. I mean, her clash, and that's how we were bantering. And I'm sitting there like, I have a feeling you don't like me, and she's like, no, nothing like that. She's like, you just got a particular personality. I said, oh, I know I'm as abrasive as steel wool. I said, you ain't got to tell me. Others have.
Lenicia.
Yeah,
Testing.
I
One,
got
two,
you.
three.
Not the greatest mic, but you know, I gotta go outside. I just finished eating. I have a ritual.
Yeah. So it's Lenicia. So we'll see. As soon as I get my demo, I will share it with my lovely judging panel. They already know that because I told them I was like, I don't always have the ear for it, so I will send it out to the girls that I know are audio snobs. Not a bad thing,
I
but
am
you
not an
know.
audio snob. I'm an audio connoisseur.
Okay, there you go. That's a nice way of saying the same damn thing.
Yes, just
I'm
with a
about
different connotation.
exactly. It was like, yeah, well, okay. Um, and as to the okay, now Patrick's got 1,000 more books to write. By the way, don't do that for everybody. Yes, I do actually. That's why we have the show. Anywho's, uh, you're not the only one because this one won't leave me alone, and I've got four currently up on my tabs. Uh, and you guys are gonna get a taste of it on Saturday night of the new one that is actually part or is gonna end up being part of a new series,
Nah,
or
nah,
it
nah, nah,
could be a
nah, nah.
standalone.
Mhm.
I'm
You, a
gonna maintain the
standalone?
fact
I
that it
don't
might be a
buy that.
standalone.
I don't buy
So
that.
so essentially what we're hearing is that Four Queens for Four Kings is being pushed back even further.
No, it's not. Actually, it working some of the other details out in the other stories is what's getting me into character with the Four Queens for Four Kings.
Are you pulling at me?
Okie
Uh,
dokie.
I'm gonna go with I plead the fifth on grounds that could incriminate me later. Am I currently writing 5 books simultaneously, depending on which minion happens to be talking to me that day? Absolutely not. That would be irresponsible. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
As you
Uh-huh.
should.
Right.
That's my story. I ain't got a witness, and I
Well,
know you can't prove it, but that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Exactly,
mm,
Shar.
But
right.
You can work on a story without intending to publish it next.
oh yeah, absolutely. I do need to get back into doing Destin, and I do need to get back into the Four Queens for Four Kings and the Destin Chronicles. Those do need to be out like ASAFP. But at the particular time, you gotta follow the voices.
I wish I had
And
the
in the
But the
energy to work
voices
process,
are
on
find
so
9
them.
different
naughty.
stories.
Right. See, Char's
Mm,
working on 9. I'm not that bad yet. Um,
I wish I had the energy to work on that many.
be happy that your characters are only talking in certain
your own
formats right now,
sandbox.
and you don't have them or all these different people screaming in your head like Banshee, because
What's
that's currently
worse
what
is
And
I
yet,
returned to work on Monday, but I got
oh,
my homework already.
I'm.
Yeah,
I'm
they they fired a few people, and so now it's like putting books on hold for a minute.
oh,
So if I vanish for a few days, know that I'm battling my book demons and my other dragons.
Yes, yes, very much so. And we'll send all the cat memes and food videos, and we'll do all the public to make sure that you are loved, and you know that we miss you and everything like that.
Oh, all you gotta do is send those crazy memes because that gets me going. So then that gets the old juices flowing in the brain.
Oh yeah,
My boss sent me one, and I was like, "Ooh, screenshot! That's gonna go in a book."
I am to the point where I do need to go get me a new printer. So and I'm not gonna go with a cheap one this time because I've done the same freaking printer like 3 times in a row, and they don't last more than me replacing the ink once. I didn't even replace the ink once on this one. Before it just decided it was not going to turn back on.
Well,
Uh,
I broke
Same,
the key
Shar.
off my keyboard.
do what?
I broke one of my keys.
Is it the eye? Because that's the one that's broke on mine.
No, the control because I was a control underline control center, all that. Because I use my computer for more than just books.
Uh,
So like when I'm doing selecting multiple photos to put into the photo album to do edits on them.
yeah. Oh, by the way, Bubba, when you get a quick minute and everything like that, will you send me the pictures that you have from the ball night? Because I've got the ones that Izzy took, and I got the ones that other people have taken, but I don't have the ones from you yet,
Okay,
so I can
I
make
thought
my
I sent them, but I will double check.
Totally forgot to take pictures.
Well, the whole thing is my phone was down to like 37%,
And
and
Izzy has a video.
Izzy's got several videos. What are you talking about?
She has a video that she put on the clock. Where
Yes.
we're all in a circle and I'm just dancing without a care.
See, I
I
don't think
I
I have any of
almost
those videos, and I'm good.
I almost when I posted that to the clock, I was like, I almost said, "Ladies, introduce yourself." In the whole thing so that the other authors and PAs and everybody could tag themselves. And then I was like, "Wait, Patrick's on the dance floor too."
Hey, it works. Lady Marmalade.
Look,
Whoa,
for
whoa, whoa,
crying
whoa,
out,
whoa.
like that would have worked.
I mean, totally, but
See, that's the whole thing. I think I'm only in one video that anybody took, and you really can't tell it's me because I was in a sea of flowy gowns. So quite literally, it's like unless you got my face or anything like that, you can't tell it's me. And I did eventually
Oh,
have to start dancing because my crown was hitting me in the face.
I gotta reach out and see if how that girl's doing. The one that fell flat on her butt.
Oh, she's
oh,
fine.
Who? I missed that.
Oh yeah, it was before
The
you
one
guys
with the
went.
big blue. Yeah, you went upstairs to take care of some stuff and came back and it was like,
Yeah. She was in the really big blue poofy ball gown. She was dancing with the
Oh,
girl in the green dress.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
both of them
yeah.
are skinny
She's
about that big around.
Yeah.
she couldn't stop laughing. I talked to her the next morning at the brunch, and she was one of those that had to get a last minute picture with me. And I'm like, I look like crap. She's like, we all do. Come here. Uh,
Well, I left early that Sunday morning.
um, Other than some hugs, people trying to figure out where the next event was, where we were gonna be. I don't know how many times that I got asked if me and you and Izzy and Cash were all going to NOLA, and I'm like, no, we are not going to NOLA. Why? Because NOLA was
yeah,
2 weeks after this event, and there was no way.
Yep.
Uh,
Yep. Well,
yep. And
I
add
can't.
go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, well, you add to that the fact that this was our first major event for 3 of us, and, um, Patrick has done events before. We barely scraped up the funds to do this one,
right, we
right?
were flying by the seat of our pants.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's like
Next one
we
is going
now
to
we
be
know what
a
to
little bit
prepare
more.
for. Yeah.
Um, Also, it was also brought
Well,
to my attention the best way to do it next time might not be the hotel route. It might be like just get an Airbnb and go that route. And I'm sitting there like, yes, but it was so convenient to ride the elevator down and then walk.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
longer to where we were at. I'm like,
Honestly,
So I will say,
Airbnbs aren't that much different from hotels price wise.
right.
Right. But that whole convenience of being BJ really planned it out. The fact that we could get a block in the hotel was fully connected to the convention center. Um, and so if you need to go back, it's not trying to get back to the Airbnb. It's
Mm-hmm.
not
yeah.
getting, trying to get across town or wherever.
Yeah.
So, I mean, honestly, we've got a plan for next time, and it looks like, cross our fingers, Pack might be returning in 2027. Um,
I'm I'm
and if
happy with
that's the
that.
case, I'm saving now, and I'm putting back the
Mhm.
money now to make sure I have the money to do that then, and be like, okay, cool. This child's gonna drive me to drinking.
So I have an event in March 2026 in Roanoke, but then there is an event in September in Omaha. It's a 1 day
Uh,
event.
yeah. And that's the whole thing. I'm trying to plan out events that it's going to be worth my while to get to. So for a little while, if it is going to be an event where I'm leaving state, I'm going to try to keep it within a 6-hour drive. Um, and if I can't, then I can't. But uh, my whole kit and caboodle with that is literally making sure that certain things are handled.
Yeah. Did you look into flirting in Tennessee?
I did not look into that yet. I know I've got to start booking for next year because if you don't start booking now, then you're not going to get into events for next year, and nobody understands that. You all these events are planned, a year or two out. It's like the waiting list alone is atrocious for a lot of these
Yeah.
events. Um, there's one up in Nashville. Um, I The one I really want to do, which won't be for several years, I know, but is Book Scouts and Crowns in Washington
State or DC?
State.
State. Oh wow,
It's
way over there.
Well, um, we got 1 out of 50, so
Yep. Well, if it's within a 3 to 3.5 hour drive for me and Izzy, I'll take us to one
right.
because we're like right at the corner of like two other states.
Mhm.
Um,
You got that
I know
spreadsheet
at
from
this
BJ,
point,
didn't you?
do what?
You got that spreadsheet from BJ, didn't you?
Yes, I've actually had access to that spreadsheet for a while. Um, but it's just the narrowing it down, making sure that I can still get into events and stuff like that. But a lot of them I don't qualify for what I write.
Yeah.
Like I don't write currently. Like none of the stories I'm doing currently have witches or I do have werewolves. I do have a magic system in one of the series, but that's it. Um, and
Oh,
it's
because
not
you're thinking about getting witchy with it.
do what?
You're thinking about getting witchy with it in Salem.
Witchy in Salem. There is a a lot of romance events and everything like that. It's just the timing it up where I can have you guys there and timing it up where uh we're not overlapping with certain things, giving us breathing room.
Yeah.
So
Like me, I wanted to do the Des Moines thing, but I have my class that I have to take. Then it's that weekend is the event, the book event in Des Moines, and then the next week is class again.
yeah.
And it's two classes where it's 3 days each, and then you test and you get your license. I kind of need those hours to focus and study.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Um and for me it's the planning it around Robbie's vacation time. So there is one over in Knoxville, which is 6 hours for me. Uh there's two in Lexington at two different times. Um I think I'm gonna go up this year just to get familiar with the setup, see how things are run up there, and see if it's even worth our time because again, that is a 1 day event, and I think the other one's a 3 day event. But
Yeah, but you also have to think when they say 1 and 3 day events, look at ours. Ours was a 3 day event, but how many days were we actually actively selling?
One.
one,
So these 1 day events are actually just your 1 day of selling. Like my book event that I did in Wichita or Topeka, Kansas, wherever it was. It was a 1 day sale event, but that's what that was. This was a 3 day event. Sold 1 day, did pre-sales, um, and then I got to make a lot of connections. The 3 day events are most likely set up so you can actually make those connections, learn a few things, hone your craft more, and
right.
grow your audience.
I just know, like on a 1 day event, especially for Lexington, I would have to, even though it's only 4 hours, I would still have to drive up on Friday night,
Yeah,
uh, stay over, do setup first thing in the morning, and then you do the event, and then you've got breakdown, and then you've got their ball.
yeah.
Oh,
The more Patrick keeps messing with whatever the heck he's messing with, the more my sound bar keeps bottoming out in full red.
Sorry.
Ooh. Yeah, that's a big jump in page count. Sorry, just
What?
now saw Shar uh formatting of the book has changed the page count from 129 to 207.
Yikes.
Nice.
Wow. That's amazing.
And I can't run my timestamp analysis again until 8:26 tomorrow night. Cuz of course.
and of course, where are we going to be at that time? We're going to be right here doing the whole my pen
You're going to
podcast.
be right time. Right here, right here.
But yeah, as of right now, I don't know if you're submitting for this week or
Me?
No, Izzy.
Oh, I was gonna say because I already did my submission.
Yep.
We'll see, because I'm just still so tired and exhausted. I basically called off for the first half of my shift today, which means I have to pick up tomorrow in order to make up my hours.
I will be right back.
Okay, dokie.
But yeah, it's definitely it was definitely an experience. It was definitely something I enjoyed. Uh, and having the one under our belt. Yeah, yes, Trisha, we did. We had a ton of fun. It was an amazing experience. Uh, Hoping to do it again, and being able to uh, really bump ourselves up and do all the things. And if you haven't seen, I was in a 3-piece suit. Oh, thank you.
I'm not even getting to see all the comments. How do I get to where I can see comments?
There should be an arrow off to the side where you can slide it over and see the comments.
There we
Unless
go.
you're in backstage. Um, it was
There is a button.
all literally. It was all literally cash. I'm like, I can't. I was the paper doll, and guess what? I actually liked being the paper doll.
Well, whenever you need hired, I'm for hire.
It's kind of like this outfit right here. Today, I wanted to be a little gangster, but I wanted to also be a little bit more me today. So, I've got like the tank top on. I've got the black vest. I got the black jeans, and I'm sitting there like I look like a whole ass snack. And this is where I'm going with it today. And it was like, I'm done. I'm here. Uh, Robbie got up for work, and he was looking at me. He was like, going somewhere? And I'm like, yeah, to my chair to do some work. And he's like, well, you're usually in your pajamas. And I said, yes, I'm usually in my pajamas, but I'm not in my pajamas now. So I'm feeling a
Sometimes,
little more productive.
sometimes you don't want to be in your pajamas.
Right.
Well, and not only that, and there have been some studies shown that productivity goes down when you're doing work, but you're still in your PJs.
Because, you haven't switched into that professional part of your brain.
Yep.
Um, and you've got to, feel the part. You've got to feel like you're doing something, not just
Mhm.
doing it, feel like you're doing it. And yeah, well, 95% of my shit is all written in my pajamas. Um, After this weekend, it was like, you know what? I have the option to put on something a little bit more dressy or a little bit more, edgy, and sit at my damn computer and do the damn thing. Um, and that might be why is a whole nother freaking story that was created today, and I don't know exactly where the hell it's going. We will all find out on Saturday night.
I think I've got a good one for this week.
You know what? Is mine about 5 feet? Mine's about 20 steps, because if you see that door right there, that's my bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
So I come out of that door and I walk into my office. Well, first I walk into my kitchen and I grab my drink, and then I walk my heavy butt into my office, and then I sit down and I stare out the window a little bit and do the thing.
Yep. My office and my room are the same room.
Exactly. Well, the whole thing is I kind of got inadvertently forced into being a stay-at-home mom, and in that process of being a stay-at-home parent, my sanity revolves around my writing. Um, it's also my therapy, because I can't afford a therapist, and it is definitely
Wait,
uh,
is that Caden?
what
Crybaby Satan? Is that how it's said? I think it is.
Is that Caden? Based on comments, I was like, wait. The way they're talking, this has got to be somebody
context
we know.
is important.
Context is important.
Hey, and this is just our laid back show. Tomorrow night, you will see us in like the full Hold My Pen Promptcast overtone and be like, all right, here we go.
There we go. There we go.
That's like me. I'm Promethean Death on all platforms except TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's hard to remember your name on TikTok, because I always go to the other ones and I'm like, why can I never find Cash?
That's it. Metal Mama or Mommy Metal. I can't even
Mommy
remember.
I can't even remember what it is. I have to go look you up on a different device if I'm
Maybe I should
tagging you
see
in
if I
time.
can change it and just make it the same. Make it
Uh,
easy for everyone.
exactly. It would make it easier on this one right here, because every time I go to tag you, I go into the original and I'm like, we got a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, sure, because of all the requests
There you
from.
go. Yeah, that makes sense. See, and most places I'm either Havixi or Elizabeth MK, and so it's like slowly but surely switching over to other things. And
Well, the whole thing is if you go to the Discord, I am under the original screen name, and I've had that freaking screen name since high school. And it's PK Ice, which stands for Peacekeeper, because that's the group that I was a part of back during the days of Yahoo. We were hired hackers to make sure that everybody kept the peace in the chat rooms. So I was a peacekeeper. Now I've been Peacekeeper Ice and then Peacekeeper Bulldog, but trying to actually spell everything out, it just goes away. So you got PK Ice, which is one of those things. In certain other places, it's Julie DeFisher. I am not that hard to find. If I am that hard to find, then you're not looking hard enough. It's like, um, okay. I am honestly at a loss because I'm looking at different things and I found one thing that I actually like, but I'm not exactly sure if it'll go with it. It's more of my preference versus the actual suit.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it might make it look ridiculous.
What is it?
I'm fixing to send it to you.
Oh, okay.
I'm fixing to send it to
Yes.
you.
All wardrobe and makeup and accessorizing must be put past the
the the
stylist.
the stylist and before I'm allowed to purchase the particular item to make sure it goes with the outfit because again the creator of the outfit I have to run it past the cash so I will keep everything the way it is. um
Well, and when we're out of practice with being girl,
yeah, I was never okay. The only time I ever had to be the girl, okay, I had a very trim redhead that did my hair, did my makeup the entire time, told me I was pretty, and we did the thing. Okay, I don't have that anymore. Cash is the stand and the professional when it comes to that.
I've
This
got
is
the
the
redhead part down.
oh,
well, yeah.
don't even. You are getting svelte, mama. Don't even.
Yeah.
After 27 years, this bish shows up in Discord one time and suddenly I felt things. After 27 years of friendship and going, that's my best friend. I'm not attracted to her. And suddenly I'm going, hello.
It's like, hello, little mama.
Oh, that
So,
skirt gets a lot of attention, so.
oh, well, see, that was Angelina Jolie's lips, Caden. That was my gay rite of passage back in 1999, 2000. Um,
See, mind you, I was
Nobody
never a
escapes the
big
oh my shit, my bestie is hot experience.
right,
right.
right, right. Well, see, okay, but clarity. I've always known she's hot, just not my type.
True.
Right. And then it's like, oh, the shit.
It's like,
Right.
hello.
But we are not ruining our friendship in any way, shape, or form. Plus, we'd probably kill each other, honestly.
I mean, we almost did the first time.
We almost
We
did the
lived
first time
together.
we lived together. Yeah,
Yes.
as besties, we lived together right after high school. And damn near killed each other, came very close several different times. We're past that.
Yep.
Yeah, no, Angelina Jolie's lips were like actually I was using it to tease my roommate at the time because he had a thing for and I just kept talking about her lips and, wrapping around something. I'm like, "Can you just imagine?" And he had to get up, leave the room, and go to the bathroom. So, um, yeah,
That
and
is
then while he's gone, I'm sitting here continuing to watch the movie, and I'm like, that would work other places too. Oh! Mind you, I was also 7.5 months pregnant with my first child. So there were all sorts of hormones going on.
That was the last thing on my mind during my pregnancy. I was so sick though.
Well, you were. Yes. The first one for me was like no problem. It was literally this big huge bump in front of me was a huge inconvenience. The sweat factor, the under it was a problem. It was incredibly a problem. Second one, okay, I was anemic, I needed to take iron pills, I was constantly craving meat, and the closer I could get it to raw without being unsafe, the better. Turns
yep.
out that child is severely anemic and is constantly having to eat protein and salt, so this explains a lot. And then the third one, Yeah, he tried to incapacitate me and put me in a wheelchair.
And now there's a running joke about him running you off a cliff
In a wheelchair.
in a wheelchair.
He says,
Mm.
"Mom, we already got it. It's out in the garage." I'm like, "You're not shoving me off a cliff in my father's wheelchair. No."
I would honestly have to see how it looked with the suit.
Right.
It
I was
would
going
look,
with Izzy's suggestion of a thick chain. So
yeah, it would work really well with what you're wearing right now.
right now, yeah.
Like perfect with what you're wearing right now. The suit, I'm kind of,
It could
I'd
go
have
either.
to see it.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think you would be like, it would like pop really well with like maybe a bright red tie, like in a similar like family group as the maroon,
Right.
or some type of bolero that's got like turquoise on it, because that turquoise would go really well with that maroon color. And if you wanted to go with a fedora, look for a fedora with like almost like the metal belt type things, but with like the turquoise to match the bolero, instead of looking for a ribbon that try and match the suit, because I don't think we're going to find that.
I actually found a hat, a fedora hat earlier that matches the suit. But
Mm,
it's like, as we said, that's too much maroon.
yeah, I
And
would
it does
do.
have a black band on it. So it was
I
like,
would.
oh, no, still too much.
Yeah, I would do a black fedora with
Right.
like a metal, like instead of a ribbon, like a metal surrounding. I think that would like pop. Plus, it would go with the southwestern theme you have in Crossroads.
Right.
Crap. What's Mick's last name?
Who?
Hmm?
I couldn't remember if Mick's last name was Donnelly or O'Donnelly.
Okay.
What's Trisha? Are you talking about Izzy?
That's fair. This is tonight is a rare thing. We very rarely go live on Friday nights, and this is literally what we do on the daily in the Discord. Just talking shit, talking about events, talking about books, talking about our writing, talking about our days. This is what it's like hanging out with us in the Discord, in
Yeah,
video chat.
absolutely. And anybody who's joined our Discord, by the way, those channels are for everybody. It's not
Yes.
just for the main group or anything like that. If you need somebody to body double with, do that. If you need somebody to
The number of times I leave my office and immediately pop in there and just go into chilling because I can't be alone anymore, right? So Julie will see me in there or Cash will see me in there and just hanging out and chilling, and, they keep me company while I drive home.
Yep. Usually jamming out.
Usually jamming out, yes, because I do have my radio going. Um, and we do body doubling when, it's like, "Hey, I gotta do laundry." And I mean, there's a basket on my bed with my laundry in it from the event that I still need to put away. I'll sit there body doubling. Julie will be editing. Cash will be doing something. We just like hang out and have another person in the space while we're being productive. We also do have a dedicated sprint
Accountable.
channel, and that dedicated sprint channel is literally we do sprints and then 15 minutes
Ooh,
That's what I'm thinking.
that's pretty.
And then if we can find like a fedora with like metal bits that match that.
Well, you can buy just that, and then we can, attach them
Make
to the
it,
back.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. That's if it's like jewelry making, I could definitely do that and
Okay.
attach it.
Additionally,
We know where
if
that's
you
at. We know what's in it.
right, and additionally, if you guys do a black fedora,
Mhm.
depending on it, like you attach a different colored band or whatever over top of the band that's already there. Now you've got it being able to switch out. You pin it, attach it, and then you have various different ones to match the various different outfits, which saves Julie from having to have a whole collection of fedoras to go with her baseball caps that could potentially get damaged in some way, shape, or form. Only have to
Yeah,
protect one. Just
right.
one fedora protection from feline terrorists.
Hi,
Yep.
Ellie.
Hi, Ellie. Uh,
Hi, Ellie.
but yeah, we had a lot of fun at PAC. I was so happy to meet so many people.
Mhm.
Um,
And make new friends. It
oh yeah,
wasn't just meeting people that we knew or knew of, but
so yeah.
meeting new people like Tay and Char and Kaden and Ellie. It was just that instant connection of these are people that I can't wait to get to know better and develop that same kind of friendship and advice and support system with.
I literally I don't know how many times I got asked through the weekend, especially right before the ball, and I was coming in, or they're like, "You're so sweet," and in the back of my head, I'm like, "You don't know me well enough. I am sweet. I will lay down the freaking law and be that mama bear, and I am as sweet as sugar until you piss me off, and then you get to see the other side of me, which nobody, very rarely does anybody actually get that. But at the same time, it was the I had people coming up to me like, "Can I call you mom?" Yes, yes, you can, because I just kind of collect cubs where I go.
I got compared to someone's Meemaw.
See, you were compared to somebody's mom. I was compared to that person's mom. Um,
I don't know how I feel about this.
especially
I
since
was
there's
like,
only a 6-year age gap between me and you.
"What?"
Uh,
Well, and then I was like, "I'm sorry, I'm only 45," and that's when she tells me that her Meemaw's 52. Hold the phone.
I'm glad we were able to help. Probably mostly
no,
Julie and
I'm not that well known.
Izzy.
I
Oh,
And if those that do know me either because I wrote Destined for More, because a lot of that will be like, "You're that Julie DeFisher." Like, there's more than one of me running around out here. Um, that's only because we're Gen X, okay? And I claim Gen X. I might be a millennial,
Yep.
but honestly, I'm a Gen X.
I
Um,
don't claim Gen X.
Yeah,
I,
yeah,
I
ironically, Kesh is older than me. I claim Gen X and she doesn't. It whatever.
I identify more with millennials and how they like vibe.
well,
I don't.
I mean, I can see that, and honestly, for me though, it's I was the latchkey kid. I was parentified at a very young age, and when it came down to it, it was like, now I'm the one that sits over there sipping a drink, watching the room, making sure nobody does anything stupid and everybody makes it back to the room on time. That's all I care about.
Right.
That's true. The cinnamon challenge. Oh my goodness.
I
Oh
mean,
Lord.
cinnamon, Tide Pods, or wait, no, Tide Pods was the Zoomers, right?
Yeah, the Tide Pods were the Zoomers. Um, we were the call the generation out. So it's like we can't summon a generation by one song. I'm like, honey, I'm not trying to summon one. I'm trying to summon them all
Oh.
because together we stand, divided we fall.
Mm-hmm.
True.
And that is not just a catchy little slogan that we put on bumper stickers. It's literally how I've led my life. And as a female football player, as a writer, as a person who this became my brainchild, and everybody just kind of jumped in and helped where they could. And this is where we're at. And I'm like, I am the one that still gets referred to as the pit bull in the night. You do not know where I'm at, when I'm at, but if you ever need me, I come out of the freaking woodwork like a bat out of hell. Izzy can atone for that one.
I can attest. Yes, absolutely.
And
Ah, Cordelia.
I loved Packing the Raiders. I really the only thing the only downfall I had with Packing the Raiders, and mind you, it was a first year event. Okay, it's a learning experience for all of us, including BJ and the volunteers and everything like that. It was a learning experience for all of us. I just wish there was a little bit better organization of, hey, this panel is going on. They need to, call it out in the room. So we either those that were attending or those that were on it could have been there in a timely manner. That was it. That was my only thing.
That was the only thing. Now, I do know that they did post scheduled posts to the Pack and the Readers TikTok, but not all of us had our phones out
Right. We were trying to
watching
be present
that.
in the moment while all that
Right.
was going on.
I
Which was
forget
a
I
great
have
thing.
social media.
Well, but then on top of that, in this particular event room, um, there were not a lot of plugs like in the floor, which is a huge added expense putting them in. They have to be covered. Can't have. It's just a hassle to have a bunch of them in the floor. Um, and so if we had our devices out and those different social media things on, as most of us know, when we're streaming on TikTok, we have to have our device plugged in. Otherwise, it just drains the hell out of the battery. Even here, I have my other phone plugged in watching
Yeah, I got it
Maggie
up on
May.
the computer over here. I'm on my phone. That's how I'm doing all this. And I've got my computer because I've got the double monitor set up.
Mhm.
And I've got my computer running where I'm also, welcoming people into the Discord and
Yep.
answering questions and doing all the other stuff. So I mean, like we're always multitasking of some level, and we wanted to be very present at the event. We wanted to be, people walked around, people like I came home with bags. I really wish I didn't come home with bags, but you know what? I did, and now I have them for another event.
Ma'am?
Now, what they could do
Oh, it's Miss Maggie
is
May.
now that they've actually had this one under their belt, hit up some of these cell phone companies. Hey, do you want a sponsorship? You can have a charging or docking station so people can come charge their device here, but it's advertisement for you.
Right. Um, I do know next time I'm bringing a power bank with me.
Mhm.
Because I did, I think it was Friday, I got dangerously low on my phone and I had to go upstairs and while I was charging and talking to Robbie at the same time. But I had people trying to call me, and I was sitting there like, I'm down to 5%. I need to make it to the room.
That's why I had my car jumping battery thing that has a USB dock on it.
Yeah,
I was charging my phone out of that because my docking station that I have, almost like this one but bigger and better, the USB port is broken on it. So I can do
yeah,
USB-C to USB-C, which my phone is. Luckily, I have those cords, but yeah.
but it was great, and we did really well. I did better than I thought I was gonna do. I didn't have like too uh too many expectations going into it. Uh, my only expectation was not to fall on my face, and I did that, so we were
We
good.
did that. We did that.
I didn't fall on my face. Because of Kesh, I looked amazing every time I walked out of the room,
And you
and
didn't drown in the pool.
I didn't drown in the pool.
And
I didn't
you
even get
didn't.
to do the pool.
Oh, yeah. And you didn't unalive anybody.
I didn't. I didn't have to raise my voice. I did not have to use the bulldog tone at all that week, all this weekend. So it was. I would call it a success just because I didn't have to yell at anyone.
And it was a success because I was in a room with all three of you women and y'all didn't unalive me.
Though we had our reasons too. And if you guys want to know those reasons, please come back tomorrow night, and you will be
Because
part of the whole thing of why we threaten Patrick on every Saturday night.
and the dangerous thing is, two out of the three of you actually have my mailing address.
Yes. And the third person could literally get it out of this office.
Because I live 10
That
minutes away.
reminds me to send you your makeup.
And yes,
I have
makeup bag has to go back. And Kesh has a key to this house. So even if I'm not here,
Somebody can feed the cats.
yes.
I think I'm going to sell my house and move.
Oh, sweet summer child, you think it's that easy? You can't get away from us. You love us too much.
Yep. And on top of that, I work in the financial field and know things about mortgages and know how to find addresses.
I think that's a threat.
No, it's a promise.
Mhm. Try to hide from me, and we're gonna have problems.
Fine. I won't hide my sister.
There we go.
Well, you know what? All four of us were in the exact same place at the exact same time, and the place didn't burn down. There
Right?
was no catastrophic events that caused anything to burn down. There was no catastrophic events that leveled anything. I would call that a successful putting all four of us in the same room.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
It was just too damn cold.
Look, you know what? I got asked why I was bringing two hoodies, and I'm like, "You'll see." And then I got there, and the temperature, and I had my hoodie, and then everybody's like, "You thought ahead." No, I'm just prepared because my mama always told me, doesn't matter what weather you're going into, you always pack for every season.
That's why I had my hoodie and my leather jacket.
Exactly.
Yeah, I
It got
did
up to
not
100 here today.
I did not pack enough over top wear. I really did not. Um
What? Wait a minute. What is Midnight Con?
Midnight Con is apparently something that our dear sweet Caden and Ellie are planning.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. I'm
Yes.
in.
That's fair. The only thing I knew is that, like, at the last second, I brought my cloak. I was not going to bring it. And I was like, "You know what? This is Wisconsin.
Yes.
We have been
Lake effect.
experiencing a well, not only that, but we've been experiencing here in the Midwest the East Midwest, so as not to be confused with the West Midwest, which is Patrick. Um, we've been it hasn't been warm yet. Like the other yesterday and today, it was finally warm here. So it was like, you know what? And I need to wear my cloak. Okay, I spent $1,400 with Holy Clothing in January, February, early March. Therefore, I'm going to get use out of it. And I think I looked pretty good in it. B, I knew I would be dancing and drinking, which was going to raise my internal temperature, so I didn't need a full-on, like, fur coat or anything, and the cloak was just enough. Very glad I packed it at the last minute.
Okay, so I see it's gonna be like a Comic-Con and book centric. So would I qualify or won't I qualify? I'm trying to figure out because I'm not anime at all.
Wait. It's with anime conventions and Comic-Con in mind,
Oh,
But book
okay.
centric. But
but book
even at
centric.
that, the podcast would count.
As in, yeah,
Yeah.
because we do all sorts of shit, whatever the hell. I mean, we've got horror stories, we've got thriller stories, we've got mystery stories, we've got romance stories, we've got fantasy retellings. Like everybody is here doing the shit.
Right. Oh yeah. We're definitely doing the thing and because of, meeting all these great people and everything this weekend. Uh oh, thank you.
Oh,
Oh, that's so sweet.
So yeah, definitely keep us up to
I'm
date with
backstage, so I
everything.
don't see it. Sorry.
They left pack with the intention of inviting all of us to make sure that we are all.
Aw.
It's like, aw, so sweet. Um, but yeah,
So
it's
y'all better
definitely.
get ready because it's gonna get hot. My heat wave is gonna roll right over to you all.
I've already
It
got the
was over
freaking heat wave.
100.
There's a reason I'm in a tank top and a waistcoat.
We're
Uh,
going to be under a heat advisory for the next 4 days.
okay, your guys' version
Me
of a
too.
heat advisory or our version of a heat advisory? I'm trying to figure out where we're at with that.
It's gonna be over 100 here for 3 days.
We hit
We're not that
100
much
today.
far behind.
It's like, yeah, we hit 100 today. But that was the whole thing. When we left out from here, it was shit. And mind you, we left out at like little bit before 5 o'clock in the morning, and it was 77 degrees. Uh, when we got up there, it was 68 degrees, and the wind and everything like that. And I was sitting there like, ooh, I'm finally comfortable
Izzy, are
because
you
Harry's
okay?
menopause. You okay, sweetheart? What's wrong?
Caden broke the Izzy.
Oh,
Oh, they didn't mean to break the Izzy.
They didn't mean to break the Izzy. They broke the Izzy in a good way.
Sweetie.
It's okay, sweetheart. They like us. Everybody
That
likes
that
us.
that's the thing. Like when I was telling my boys, I could not stop talking about Caden and Ellie to them.
Oh yeah.
And so right back at you, kiddo. Oh,
Hey, look, you started it. By the way, this is also what happens on Saturday night. Uh, we have a hashtag, make Izzy feel.
Make Izzy cry.
Make
Hashtag
Izzy.
make Izzy cry. Hashtag make Izzy feel. Hell, hashtag make Izzy mad.
Oh God. And yes, and that usually is and Trisha is the reason we have that, because
Yeah.
Trisha got Izzy to cry for the first time on TikTok, and then she felt really bad about it. And I'm like, don't feel bad about it.
No, I literally have a whole PSA that is one of my pinned things, hashtag make Izzy cry, write the damn thing. Don't worry about my triggers. My triggers are my responsibility, not an author's. Forewarn me, sure. Say, hey, this covers some really tough topics. Be prepared. And it's like, okay, I don't need to know all of the, it's this, it's this, it's this, it's this, right?
No,
Because it's
now
my
mind you,
responsibility.
unless it's certain things like Patrick will warn us, like at the beginning of Kingdom of Shadows, we had infant loss, and we tell everybody, hey, look, if this is too hard for you to deal with, no harm, no foul, no bruise. Scroll away and then scroll back when you can.
On average, each story takes me anywhere from 5 to 8 minutes to read out loud.
All
Unless
depends on
it's
how
one of
many
my
times you gotta stop and yell at us. Uh,
But yeah, I've done the timestamps on some of our old videos, and so it's roughly 5 to 8 minutes to do the actual reading out of an individual scene, until Kesh started writing for us, and now it's closer to 10 minutes.
right.
gotta up the ante.
We do.
Yes.
We up the ante, and we are definitely one of those that it's like, no, we are. Um, I don't know if eccentric's the word that I would use here, but we do get very creative. Um, and a lot of people, and Izzy's the first one to turn around and say that my stuff is therapy level. Hi Maggie, are you being haved now?
Yeah. So Maggie is all curled up in her little hooker scarf that she will not let me take off, by the way. She has a little teeny tiny bald spot on the back. And if I try to take it off, then the bald spot shows and she gets really mad and she shoves her head back through the scarf.
Right.
And Kieran
And then
was
there was
over
one
here.
time she lost her scarf, and then that was a whole big thing.
That was a whole big thing. So we have a backup scarf that she is not as big of a fan of, but it is black dragon scale
That was
fabric.
purple.
No, no, it's black.
It's purple.
No, it's
I
not.
saw purple in that.
Well,
It
it's
is
shimmer.
it is black with the shimmer. It's black, the shimmer.
That
So
thing looked purple yesterday.
no, I swear to God, all you're seeing is the holographic shit.
It's called
My boy is done.
iridescence.
My Whisper had to
My
have the
boy,
purple collar, had to have the belt, and of course she was an all black cat with um one white patch on her, and it was on her chest. And if she hunkered down, you couldn't see her. And the only thing you would see was when she opened her eyes, and they were bright green. So she was the type of cat that wait for you to walk by and tag you on top of your head because she was in her cat tree. Tiger was our 42-pound house cat that was 46-ish pounds when he passed, which was her baby. Um, then you had Dixie Lee, which was a Chow German Shepherd and something else we assumed was Basset. because she had big ass paws, little bitty legs, never came over knee high, but could take down a full grown fucking adult at no problem. Currently, I have a Black Lab Great Dane named Major, and for all the 90s people, you know why he's named Major, because he's Major pain in the ass. And then you have you'll see come across the camera Stormy, which is my familiar, and Chloe. And then we also have Nikki for a short amount of time longer. So this is a pretty collection.
Oh, we're explaining the herd.
Yes. The herd or the horde? I'm like saying
Horde.
Well, no, horde, horde. I was raised. My last name as a child started with an H, so we were known as the blank herd because we also had cows. So no, these are much more evil than the cows. So it's the horde. They're also known as the seven furry sins because they each represent one of the seven deadly sins. This one right here is the what was it? Which one's vanity? Pride.
yeah.
As we can't let that we can't let that bald spot show. No, absolutely not.
It's like you must be out of your ever loving mind if you let her bald spot show. It's like that's just wrong.
Oh, I thought that sounded familiar. Owl House. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I am okay. I am okay. I am not being re-traumatized. I am not. I am not.
Doesn't sound like traumatizing. It's Disney.
Disney is very traumatizing depending on which generation you're from.
I guess.
I
We
mean,
not remember the shape of the clouds in The Little Mermaid.
I was gonna go with Mufasa's death. Okay, just
I'm
you had
I'm I'm
Mufasa's death.
sorry.
You had Gaston
We've
getting
already
off a
I
bridge.
thought that was hilarious.
we've already established that I am older than you, so we got to go with the older cartoons. Oh, I don't know, Bambi's mom being killed, or all this shit
No,
with
I
Snow
was
White.
about Bambi's mom, but I think Old Yeller hit me harder.
Old Yeller. Oh my God! Don't.
I'm sorry.
Old Yeller. Yeah,
Never ending story. Artax.
that one just didn't hit. Does not hit me the same as it does the
You
rest of
didn't
my
watch it as a
generation.
kid.
I did not watch it as a kid. In fact, I was full grown as adult living with Kesh when I watched Never Ending Story for the first time.
Never Ending Story. Oh, that one hit. Another one.
Oh
I'm trying
shit.
to think of it. I could see it in my freaking head. I just can't.
Old Yeller, Savage Sam, Swiss Family Robinson, all of those old ones were the ones that hit me in the feels.
And then you have like Blue Lagoon.
Are we
Uh,
talking Brooke Shields
no, we're
or am
talking
I
about
thinking something else?
you're. I think you're thinking something else. Hold on a second. Go.
The
Come
Blue
on.
Lagoon from 1980?
Yeah. Was that Brooke Shields?
That was Brooke Shields. Yes, yes, yes. This explains your sense of humor. I like it. I like it.
I wish I knew how to spell.
Labyrinth, another one I didn't watch until I met Kesh.
You were so deprived
I was so deprived.
because they were different. They hit different as a kid.
I bet. I bet. Like I can sympathize. I cannot empathize.
Because we have the whole holy trinity of the Dark Crystal, Never Ending Story,
Dark
and
Crystal, I
Labyrinth.
did see. Dark Crystal, I did see as a
I
kid.
told you. They hit hard. Oh, and fourth honorary mention, The Last Unicorn.
Again, another one I did not watch until I met you. But the Dark Crystal had me running from the room.
Yeah.
I have not seen it all the way through in one sitting because I was terrorized. But on top of that, 3.5, 4 years old, I crept down the stairs and was peeking around the corner while my parents were watching Gremlins. Eh, Nope.
Don't feed them after midnight. Don't get them wet.
Well, let's go one step further because when Kesh and I were living together, they came out with the Furby, the original time, right?
Oh.
Now, I don't recall. We didn't have
Don't
Gizmo, but it
don't
was
bring that demon up.
the batteries were removed and it still talked in the middle of the night without its batteries. I'm sorry,
Well,
that
I have one that's in Aries' room, and the damn thing has been thrown all over the room, and it looks like Chewbacca. It was given to Aries, along with a couple of other things, and it's never had batteries in it. It does, as far as I know, it's never had batteries in it, but it has. Every once in a while, you'll hear a random sound come from Aries' room, and I don't know which one of the toys it is that's going off, and I don't want to know which one of the toys are going off because I'm not acknowledging it. As long as that little one is not the one setting them off, I'm not acknowledging how they got off. Okay, we are not talking about the brave little toaster. Um, that 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 was like the pre-stop. No, we do not.
Okay. Never seen it.
Okay, it's like the '90s version of uh
Never Ending Story.
Inside Out.
His blankie, the vacuum, the toaster,
The
the
light.
blender, the light.
No, I was so sheltered as a kid. Oh my God. Except from death. I was not sheltered from death because, dairy farm.
We lived on a farm, yeah. But there's a difference between the death that we were exposed to growing up versus
terror.
Yes. That book was very I think we had to do that freaking book in like freshman year, and I barely made it through that writing assignment / reading
Which
assignment.
one?
Animal
Animal
Farm.
Farm.
Oh no, we didn't do that one. We did The Giver. The Giver and One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Those were the big, big ones that they really did in English class.
I had to do Animal Farm, Lord of the Flies, 1984, and what was the fourth one?
I went to a Christian school. We
The
didn't touch any of those.
Diary of Anne Frank.
Oh, did have to do that one. But yeah, no, I still to this day have not read 1984, Animal Farm, Um,
I thought you did 1984 on audiobook last year.
nope. Fahrenheit 451, which I
Okay.
did do in school, and so that was a reread for me. I absolutely love that book. I still have to see the new movie with Michael B. Jordan, but I'm going to have to probably watch that alone because the kids are not going to like my comments about Michael B. Jordan. I'm sorry. That man just I'm going to stop right there.
I mean, in his younger days, definitely falls into the cat's meow type deal, but now, no, not really.
I'm sorry. Seeing him as Apollo Creed's son was chef's kiss. Warmonger in Black Panther,
Yeah,
chef's
Killmonger.
kiss.
I
Yeah,
made it about
Killmonger.
halfway through Black Panther, so I haven't watched it the
Just
rest
the
of the way through.
They're both really good.
I still have to see Wakanda Forever. But there's just this part in Black Panther where he comes walking in and he's in the handcuffs and everything, and he looks over at Angela Bassett and he goes, "Hey, Auntie," and just the look on her face. I could tell in that moment he ad libbed that, and they thought it was so good. And Angela Bassett's reaction was just so. And then I found out later that it really was. And it's just that he has a way of getting into scripts that just makes everything so real. You believe he is that person. Genlock. Yes. I heard about that. I don't know. I love my movies. I love my books. But yeah, Fahrenheit 451 is probably one of my favorite books of all time, just because of all the ramifications. And then it wasn't until much, much later that I found out that my grandfather was a firefighter. And just that hit a little bit different.
Mm.
Yeah, move with your tortitude. Rooster Teeth. Yes. Ruby. Okay, good. Me and my kids are not the only people I know who know about Ruby. Good, 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 good. Well, that and my kids just recently introduced me to Arcane.
I could literally pull that back up on Netflix and watch it again and go through all the emotions. And I know nothing about the video. Mm-hmm.
I know that particular place is the gears turning, or
Who?
I thought that was Patrick clicking.
Hmm.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
like I know that particular click.
Well, my new
Um,
toy arrives tomorrow.
Context is important. What toy?
Um, so I can start making swag.
Oh, that toy. Okay. Definitely more
So
wholesome than where my brain went.
Is he?
a sneeze can be more wholesome than where your mind went. So I'm looking on Amazon. I'm getting things put into my shopping cart. The spray I need to have the transfers pop. The swag bags I'm going to buy. The mouse pads I'm going to buy. I just need to get someone to redo my logo and get rid of the uh, ribbon because I'm just going to have just my name at the bottom. Because I reached out to the one who originally made my logo and they're not responding, so I don't think they're doing it anymore. I don't think they're around anymore.
I mean,
But then
I
I'm
like
looking
my
at all.
logo the way it is. It's it's very rock and roll. It's very much me. But at the same time, why is this doing this that way? Turn off, turn off. There we go. Um, but I want something that is very uniquely the book or the books at the same time. So yes, our lovely Ms. McCormick lives in Canada in the middle of no man's land.
Living the life.
Honestly, though, that convent in the middle of nowhere is looking awful good right now. If anybody would,
Facts.
there is a running joke, and it's not really a joke. If we could ever actually afford it, that's what we would do. Um, there is a convent in the south of England um, that has been abandoned, and a bunch of other things, and it's got generators, it's got all the stuffs, and you have an easement onto, or the farmer next door has an easement onto the property, but in all actuality, you also get uh, first shot at the meat, produce, everything from your neighbor. So I think it's a great trade off. Plus, some of us can hunt, a lot of us can fish, and honestly, you tell me I can live in the middle of nowhere and nobody's going to bother me, and I can always have my notebooks. We're fine. I would love for somebody to say or take me up on putting me in one of these little 30-day challenges or 60-day challenges for $1 million. I'll be like, bring it. I'm good. Let's go. I mean, the only thing I'd really miss is the little one, but again, this is for his future. Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Because having to go out there in freaking sub-zero temperature to use the potty is not a good idea. That is a good way to have icicles hanging off of one's ass.
Or something else.
I just realized I have to come up with the first name for a guard. Anderson doesn't have a first name. I will get to it. I may
I was
not
about
ever need to because he's being forced to retire anyway.
well, yeah,
Michael.
I'm like, isn't Anderson the one that's fixing to propose? And
Yep.
so
So
Anderson,
he's
Anderson can
he
stay Anderson.
yeah, he's being written out.
Hey, Izzy, am I
Yes.
coming through okay? I had to change
Yes.
headphones. Okay, perfect.
Yeah. Yeah. I can hear you just fine, babe.
All right, good.
Uh, it's so hot. I'm melting.
What a world, what a world, what a world.
Yeah,
I
yeah, about that.
understand the upgrading outhouses.
Yep. 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 Still to this day, I have no idea what the inside of the family farm's outhouse looks like because the concrete sidewalk in front somehow got shifted to where it blocks the door. You can't open the door.
That's because they trapped
And,
the demons in there.
well, and I haven't been out to the family farm in I do believe 19 years.
Yeah, your oldest was like little.
Yeah. I think the last time I was out there, my oldest was 3, and my oldest is about to turn 25. So, yeah, maybe over 20. And, so I don't even know if it's still standing because I look at satellite images of the house and I'm like, "I don't remember that sludge pond in the back." If that sludge pond had existed when I was living there, I probably would have been in a lot more trouble. Just
Oh yeah.
'cause, I mean
There was something else I was supposed to look up, but I can't remember what it was.
this is why you have
Always.
notebooks to write things down.
Well, I meant
When
to write it down on a sticky, but I'm like, hey, I'll remember that, knowing like hell that I will not remember that. I
Okay.
I
you
trust
Okay.
my nuggets a lot more than I should.
So the press that I'm getting, I can make uh, mouse pads. I can do shirts. I can do swag bags. I can do
So, are you just
t-shirts,
getting a
hoodies.
printer that does the vellum print, or what are you doing?
I'm getting a heat press that's meant for this, so that way it's at the right temperature. So it's not just the temperature of your iron. You actually get a consistent heat. And then I'm gonna go online and upload all the images that I want, and then I'm just gonna order a roll sheet, and they'll print it and mail it to me.
Send me that link.
Okay.
It's like send me that link because quite literally, I need to come up with some stuff for different things too.
You just need to do some stuff so you have it for swag bag giveaways, raffles type stuff. I see Izzy scrunching her nose, her little witchy nose.
That's what I need. I need me a cat dad.
Yeah, but you need a cat dad that doesn't have any cats.
No. See, he
You
will
wouldn't be a
maintain his own residence, so there's 7 more cats that I can have.
she
I
got this.
know.
So then
She
what
got
you
I
need
this
is your
plan.
cat daddies.
yes.
You
Daddies.
need 7 of them, one for each day of the week. That means you get 7 cats per each one of them, plus your 7. You have all the cats you need.
Yeah, but the whole thing is if she spends time with any other feline terrorists and comes home to her feline terrorist, they might get jelly and start doing some random shit.
They
So
might. They might. I mean, the eldest Tortitude's middle name is Psycho, and the Orange Demon's middle name is literally Demon. Yeah.
Which one's Lucifer?
that
None.
would be the Reverend Peter Hades.
Yeah,
Uh,
well, yes. The Reverend Peter Hades, yes.
I'm sorry, but when we saw the mark and it was like a Reverend.
And then he did one of these numbers, and we find out that he has white underarm hair and a white treasure trail. Needless to say, he is the furry sin of lust. Just
Because he's all about the everybody needs love.
everybody needs love. In fact, this afternoon, Lex sent me a 1 minute, 10-second video of Kieran and Hades going back and forth, licking and just licking each other's heads and ears and bowing into each other and just nonstop for 1 minute and 10 seconds. And then they stopped. So Lex stopped recording. As soon as he stopped recording, they went back at it for another minute.
It was like, hey, this is private.
Obnoxious.
Well, Stormy can be right now. Stormy's doing her normal thing. Sit. The corner of my desk is prime real estate for my cats. One because it's window, and second because the window's open and they can get air. Uh, so they fight over who gets to be on the corner of my desk. And I've
Cozy
literally
blanks. Oh, they're expensive.
okay.
So koozie blanks, where if I were to make them myself, 16 pack of can holders. 16 pack is 65.99
Oh.
for 16
Yeah,
of them.
Yeah.
Not worth it.
Well, and like Julie and I were talking the one day, like the idea to be able to sell Hold My Pen Promptcast merch in order to sustain like the newsletter, a website, those kinds of expenses would be great, but it was never intended, this was never
this was never
intended to make money.
about.
So
No. So when I'm doing
Eventually,
what
okay.
I'm doing it for is so that way when I do go to events, I might have some swag to give out as raffle prizes. Nothing like I can really make a
exactly.
whole lot of money on, but if someone did want to make a donation and buy something, I wouldn't say no.
Exactly, and for the author aspect of it, having that extra kind of swag, that does pretty much it's an event related thing. It's not necessarily something that you're gonna sell all the time until you start, like, routinely making a profit on the books that isn't constantly penny pinching.
Right. Um, the whole thing is with Hold My Pet broadcast that making money was never part of the spiel.
Nope.
Now, the couple of times that when we were over on TikTok and we were getting the coins and stuff like that, we just re-gifted those to other authors or stuff like that. Or if it happened to be one of those nights where we were constantly getting hit, then it was definitely uh it went back into book related things and this, that, and the other. For us, that's exactly what it's gonna do. If we are able to make any kind of money, it's going to go into the newsletter. It's going to go into making sure we can make it to events.
Yep, exactly. Because in order to make sure that we can send out the newsletter consistently to the people that have signed up for it all month long, it cost $100 to get um the extra number of cents. So that's literally what it would be. Yeah, I'm not a dog person. I like dogs. I love dogs. I've had several dogs throughout my life, and this horde will be joined by a half Jack Russell, half Chihuahua if my uncle passes away. But I'm not a dog person. I want big dogs, and my house is not designed for big dogs. I'd have to live out in the country and have my big dogs. But yeah, yeah. Kesh does not need a pet dragon. The closest thing we've got is the emotional support dragon, who is still going to get a name here soon. Dragon from an animal shelter.
Oh,
That
that would. Oh,
that would be which, you know what? That actually comes to mind and reminds me of Char's, story about the goodies, the after hours goodies, bakery. Like, could
Yes.
you imagine okay, Char, got another idea for you. There needs to be the animal shelter in the same town as the bakery that does after hours where it's got a little bit more of a special pet.
this
Just
is the
just,
emotional support
not that
dragon.
you needed any more book ideas, but just saying.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I
Um,
love that story. Right? Dragon Adoption Agency.
and I'm hoping that, by the time we do the next event and everything like that, we will have, a few more participants with other, short stories, this, that, and the other that we can turn into a little booklet and hand them out and be like, hey, this is what we do on Saturday nights. Come join us. Yes,
Mhm.
we'll. It's fine.
Absolutely. And encapsulate some of the ones that aren't gonna turn into full-blown novels or even ones that do, you know? Um, that'd be great to be able to hand those out and kinda show what's possible.
Oh my goodness, that sounds amazing.
It is so cute!
I want that story.
I'm over here, like, stuck in my werewolf world. They're not letting me go, but they're not talking to me either.
Well, mine keep jumping. I mean, all the voices are going off at once, but the ones that are screaming the loudest uh happen to be all the mafia ones. And
Oh, pretty girl. That's the palm
uh,
of my hand. Can we not use the palm of my hand with your shivs? Thank you. Yeah, I think all my characters are just really pissed off because they were like, "We need to know timing," because at the beginning of every scene, I have a date, time, and location stamp at the beginning of every fucking scene. And there's some timing issues, and they're sitting here going, "We can't do anything until we know what time it is." I'm like, "Just tell me what you're doing and I will figure the time out later." And they're like, "No." So that's what I've spent the last 2 days doing, making sure that my timeline I do know that chapter 1 and chapter 3 happens in a 3-hour time span.
right.
Yeah,
Laundry
earlier
eats things.
when we jumped on, I got a text message from Will going, Lex needs to bring me my cane. So I was running around and I went upstairs and I was like, "Do you know where Will's cane is?" And Lex is like, "Wait, he asked you too? He already asked me." I'm like, "Chill, you're getting ready to go to the movie." So I figured I would be the good mom and help and try to find the cane so that when you were ready to walk out the door, you were walking out the door with the cane. Like, this is not. So I was moving stuff around all over the place trying to find the stinking cane. If I hadn't found it, I was going to be like, "You know what? Worst case scenario, guess what? You're using your grandfather's cane and I'm sorry, it's an old person cane, but that's what you're stuck with." Yeah, a pair of crutches is a little bit bigger.
Oh, we have grapes.
Yes, very much so. And as somebody who's accidentally done that industry, uh,
I lost a pair of crutches. I lost them in the divorce.
um, you lost them in the divorce. I lost them in I think they're in the garage, but I think the garage randomly eats shit. We both know that.
In my defense, I purposely lost them in the divorce. They belonged to Pop. Um, but Lex and I don't get hurt like that. And my ex and his daughter do. So I was like,
Mm.
"What happens if the 2 of you are hurt at the same time? Here, now you have 2 sets of crutches." That's when I was being nice. Ma'am, we are not taking a screenshot of the OBS computer.
You sure about that?
She just crawled right across the keyboard. Not no. Ma'am. I'm gonna have to start putting a piece of wood across that laptop. The hell is wrong with you? The scream I just scrummed. What? Because I lost them in the divorce? Oh, I can list so many different things that I lost in the divorce.
This child is going to drive me to drink it, and not old enough to pay for the first damn round.
Yeah,
Ugh.
no, 'cause that's gonna come out of your pocket.
Because I don't know what his issue is tonight, but we're back to the only watching. God bless America.
Uh-oh.
Pick a blasted movie.
Oh. I lost 400 pounds in the divorce. Well, wait. No, let me redo that math. 330 plus 260. So, yeah, that was almost 600 pounds that I lost in the divorce. That was and I got my creative bent back. So I'm reading, writing. I got my smile back in the divorce.
That.
That was the awesome thing. Yeah, that's actually quite accurate.
What's accurate?
Uh Caden and or Ellie, you said my ex was an alt-right conspiracy theorist. It was so nice to have adult conversations again. And I'm like, yeah,
Oh,
yep, sounds like Mr. Red Flag. honestly.
Well, it sounds like every time I come home from my dad's house.
Yeah, we gotta hear. Yeah, that's.
That's hours of decompressing.
In all 42 books that I have somewhat planned out, I'm actually quite surprised my ex, Mr. Red Flag and Bitchling, have not made an appearance as an evil character.
Yeah.
Yet.
No, I really don't think that they ever like will unless I'm grasping at straws for a villain. I like to think that book talk has healed me to the point where like I don't need to work through that
Mm-hmm.
anymore. So
Uh, I still haven't worked through
I can't help it. Mine make the best villains.
I think I'm
see,
back.
I mean, I could probably put some of I could put my first husband or my second husband in because I'm still very, very much pissed at them. Very, very much because they just keep doing things. The third ex-husband, we didn't have kids together, so it was like a cut and dried done.
that. Must be
But
nice.
yeah, Adam was an ass. But funny you should mention that, saying we both dated them. The whole reason that my older half sister, who had only met me once at her first wedding because my grandmother made me crash it. Um, the whole reason she found out that I had a son was because she was dating this guy. They'd gone on a couple of dates, and for whatever reason, she's going through her photo album with him and flips the page and goes, "Oh, this is my biological father." And he goes, "Wait, wait, wait, wait. That's your biological father?" And she goes, "Yeah, why?" And he goes, "Do you have a sister?" "Yeah, I have a younger half sister. I don't know her though." "Oh, well, let me tell you about your sister and her son Lex." And literally, my sister put the brakes and said, "I cannot have my little sister sloppy seconds. Not happening. We gonna go our separate ways." She was like, "Thank God I never kissed him. Thank God I never did anything else because that would have been gross." And I'm like, I mean, I am the cheap knockoff version of you because we're practically the same person, just 4 years apart. Just saying. It was trippy. Ew.
What?
I'm sorry. Oh, Caden's comments. Had to run into ex-wife. That's no fun. Yeah, unfortunately, I found out that all 3 of my ex-husbands and my baby daddy all bank where I work. So the off chance that they have to call in and accidentally get me, yeah. Good news though is that some of the new phone system features means that I won't have to answer it, provided it comes across the screen properly. I won't have to answer it. I can just let it go and go, "Hey, I'm not picking up this call because it's my ex."
And I doubt they're calling about the kids. Uh,
Right?
Wouldn't that be the day?
Yeah. We won't even talk about what Father's Day was like in this house. And I came home to it.
That was the day after.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The amount of times I have said this week, emotional damage, just to get my kids to stop and go, Mom, shut up. And I'm like, well, you're being a little ridiculous and a little dramatic.
You're
So
lucky that this next chapter that I'm writing right now doesn't hit you, because otherwise you would be emotionally damaged and you'd be driving up here. Yeah.
I shall say nothing on the grounds that it may incriminate me.
Well, luckily, this doesn't go. We don't go on air until Saturday at evening. By the time you get in the car, what is it, a 6.5 hour drive? 5 if it's you driving.
You're just lucky that right now, between me and my two sons, we only have one working vehicle, and that's barely so.
I mean, we
Well, that
both
doesn't
just
help
got
me.
paid,
You can
Izzy.
have your sister above you come get me.
Oh, you talking about me?
One of you.
Honey,
Well, see,
sweetie, summer child. I would hog tie you, stick you in the back of the car, and hand deliver you and say, call me when you're done. And then hand deliver you back to your house.
No, because then when she's done, you take your pound of flesh.
No,
Me home.
not me. I gotta go hog tie your butt and stick you in the back of the car. I mean,
yeah,
90% of my work is trauma dumping. So, I mean,
it it really is. It
but
really,
I can
really is.
acknowledge that.
Yes.
I can
Uh-oh, and we've got
acknowledge
Margins making
guilty.
Shar scream. Got it.
Oh boy. Is this a redo of what Patrick went through with his book?
Uh-huh. Yes, ma'am, it is.
Oh boy.
This is the part that I am not looking forward to with the books.
Mm.
I'm really, really not.
Honestly, that's the reason right here is why I hand it over to Patrick and Char and everybody going, hey, I'm going to fuck it up too.
Right? That's my concern.
Ooh, illustrations.
Yes.
Oh. It's gonna look so good when it's done though, Char. Char. I can't talk today.
Well, we also spent the weekend meeting somebody who is spelled the same way but
And
pronounced char. Right.
yeah.
So, yeah.
It's gonna be
Please,
fun when they're
beautiful.
both in the chat.
Oh, I know. Char. I meant Char. I mean Char. I meant Char.
And then we go with Tay, your husband.
Yeah.
That's when we go by screen handles.
Yeah. Yes.
See, I get off lucky. If anybody just turn around and does it, it's usually just a Fisher.
Yes. And I have the joy that And yes, you did have to include illustrations in this freaking book because of what it is and how amazing it's going to be and bingo bango. Oh,
Hey
it's going to
guys,
be so much.
looking at the time.
Yes. Huh?
I'm looking at the
Yeah.
time and I know you've got work tomorrow.
Yep.
I mean, I don't have to be to work tomorrow,
But you do.
but to
You've
make up
already
time.
made it plain and clear you do not have enough PTO to last out.
I
So,
mean, that's fair, Caden, but as soon as I saw your guys' chosen last name on those business cards, legit, the whole reason I can pronounce it is because Kesh used to have a screen name or something, Asphodel. So,
Oh,
yes.
nice. I haven't thought of that screen name in
uh,
ages.
Char, we are still unclear on whether we are running uh all weekend or not. That would all depend on uh the last submissions. Izzy does not know if she is submitting. I've got to get to business and start writing. But if mine's late, not a big deal. I think we're gonna run it on a different night. And I know Cash is getting everything handled. So on her end because she's got to find a good place to stop.
Here's
And I'm
here's
debating
my
on how to make it where I can sneak this other chapter in and have you read both.
I'm going to say no because you've already got your one submission in this weekend. Okay. Let's save the pipes. So that being said, here was my plan. We are going to try again to go live at 8 o'clock tomorrow to handle scuff and chit chat, right? And then actually start the show at 9 o'clock as we normally do. Right now, anything that gets sent in before 3 p.m. Central Time tomorrow, and again, those prompts are in the Discord. Uh, you can
And
find it
double
in the
check to make sure that you can that everybody can access that because I
well.
have been told that certain people had a problem getting the prompts.
Here's the reason, okay? Because since that particular thread has not been active in over X number of days, it gets hidden, which is why there is a channel information up at the channel information tab that literally has a post with multiple direct jump links to all the different channels. So, Um, they're over there. Use as many of the 6 as you want, pick and choose, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Anything that is entered before 3 p.m. Central Time tomorrow, Saturday, June 21st, 2025, will be Saturday night. Okay. If we have any more that is submitted after that, that's what we'll be doing Sunday night, but I'm gonna say we go ahead and go live set Sunday night anyway. It will be an hour earlier, 7 Central, 8 Eastern. Join us if you can.
My early night at work.
Ooh.
But which night are we going to do the roll on? Are we going to do it for Saturday night
Saturday.
or?
Yeah, might as well do it Saturday night. That way, if we are just doing a hangout on Sunday, everybody's got it.
Okay.
Because I will have to work Monday. So that's why
Yeah.
we got to go an hour earlier. So that's the plan. And yeah, we'll have to send. We didn't send out a email this week because there was nothing to
Send out.
send out. But if you are in the Discord and you would like us to forward you the email, just hit a drop somewhere, ask in the general at me on either, because I've got Izzy Kraus mobile and Izzy Kraus comp. So I'll get it either way and I can get into the hold my pen and forward it. Don't put your email in the thing. Just say, hey, can I get the email, or shoot me a DM. Either one.
Right.
Because we don't
Um,
want email addresses in the Discord for your safety.
yeah, your safety, your privacy, everything like that. Also in the Discord, we are the gifting kind of dragons that we are. So please drop all your links in the proper link spots, including your Amazon wish list.
Mhm.
I think I was very clear with the thing the other day, but I'm just going ahead and repeating it now. Of please drop your wish list, because you know when we are feeling a little bit like, hey, this person needs a little extra love, we go onto the wish list and we kind of love bomb you, and that's our way of dealing with it.
And we've also been known to when we have extra funds, do birthday gifts or anniversary gifts, or oh my god, you did a really awesome thing. Here's a surprise gift. Oh, you had a bad day. Here's a surprise gift. Just ask Shar. Um, there's been some things that have shown up just out of the blue in Canada. Just saying.
Yeah, just saying that we have been known to do the damn thing, and there it is. And if you feel like you want to do it as well, why are you giving me the evil smoke coming out of the nostrils?
She's still mad at us for it.
Well, I mean, technically, she did Crossroads edits and cover, so that should cover us there. Though, will she be able to drop a surprise on me? Probably not. I always know when something's coming.
Absolutely. Cause literally, right? It just, I'm gonna put it out there. Shar was working on limited space, data space for stuff. And as a very sweet and wonderful human being that she is, was doing video editing for us and putting them out, shortening them out for YouTube and cutting things down and putting things up and doing graphics and doing covers and all this other shit, and there was no way that we could pay her. So, yeah, 2
There might
terabyte
or
hard
might not have been a 2 terabyte hard drive that got sent to her.
external hard drive. Yeah. So, you know, give credit where credit is due and payment where payment is well earned. Just saying.
Oh no, sweetheart, we're always broke as well. It is just one of those things that when if anybody goes over to my wish list, I have things on there that are like $5, and then I have things on there that are much more expensive. And it's not necessarily a wish list for everybody. It's a wish list for myself, because I can't do retail therapy. My retail therapy is literally adding everything to a wish list and hoping that somewhere down the damn line I'll be able to buy myself stuff.
Mhm. Oh, I do
Oh,
believe we are going to be hearing an narrator audition here soon.
We won't on here. We will on.
Oh,
Our,
I said soon.
I'm still looking for the right voice for mine, and it's mostly matching up the girls' voices, because the guys' voices, lower an octave, higher an octave, whatever they seem to find. But um, and I don't. And while I wanted to do a two-parter, uh, a dual narration, it is one of those things that I cannot
Go for
afford
it.
it. Um, because of the amount of guys I have in my books and the amount of uh female lines I have in my books and everything like that. And I've already sat down and looked at it. It's going to cost me roughly, just for the 5 main books of Destined, or of the Four Queens Before King series, the 5 main books. It's going to cost me around $30,000. It's going to cost me around $6,000 per book.
Mhm.
And I'm like, okay, that's cool. I just need to find the voices and being able to put the money back to do that, because I'm going to own everything outright, because that's the type of person I am. I don't want anybody being able to take, uh, I want everybody to get their money when they need to get their money, not having to wait on royalty shares or uh, other things, because let's face it, depending on uh, how that book comes out and everything like that, it might be the greatest thing since sliced bread. It might flop.
Yeah.
And just because I like the voice doesn't mean everybody else is going to like the voice.
That's why
Because
I have my panel I'm going to be asking.
go ahead, Bubba.
Because audio connoisseur.
Audio Dragon.
I mean, I'm
No. You're not an audio dragon. You're an audio connoisseur. Jen is a dragon.
no, what I'm saying is that last night I finished book 3 of the Millennium series by Stieg Larsson and started listening to Tempest and Slaughter, the first book of the Numeir Chronicles by Tamora Pierce, my favorite author of all time. And yeah, I'm already at 38%, and yeah.
Well, the whole
I-
thing is on my way up, I was supposed to be uh, listening to one of my audiobooks, because it was like, okay, I done did the damn thing. I am on my way to do the damn thing. And this was going to be my relaxed time to listen to the books on the way up. Instead,
Right.
I ended up being DJ for the car, and I didn't get the chance to listen to my audiobooks. And I'm well behind on getting that done. And I've got almost 30 that are downloaded. And I'm like, yeah, I need to get through these. One, I have to force myself through, because quite literally, um, I loved the book growing up. It was one that I read in high school, but the narration on it sucks ass. It's not the right voice. It's dragging it down. But I genuinely love the story, so I am trying my damnedest to get through it. And I accidentally downloaded one that said or what had a narrator's name on it, and then ended up not being that narrator, and it was actually AI.
Oh.
Um, I was very upset. I didn't make it more than, I think, 15 minutes into it before I realized the catch of the words. And I was like, nope. And thankfully I was able to return that one, but it was still I cannot believe that somebody did that.
I already
Did you like review the book that it was AI?
Oh yeah, I did.
Okay.
I left a scathing ass review on it. Uh, and I'm like, I only made it 15 minutes in. I said I was told it was this narrator. In that process, I've read or I've listened to other things by this narrator, so I was really, looking forward to this. And I can tell straight off that it's AI because of the catches and the different tones in the words of where it literally changes like voices, and it's supposed to be a single narration. And I did get contacted by Amazon over it, and Amazon's like, we're reviewing it. And I'm like, okay, cool. You're reviewing it. That doesn't mean you're going to do anything. You're not going to do anything about it. I said, except for possibly make them change it to AI instead of the narrator they have listed.
Mm-hmm.
No, you find out that they literally, after reviewing it, because they lied about the narration, they made them take it down.
Awesome.
So that was good. But either which way, we've been on for almost 3 hours. We
Really?
had a really good night. I'm really, thank you guys all for coming and hanging out with us and hearing about our experience at Packing the Readers. Uh, but I am gonna have to jump because my little one will refuses to go to sleep, and I have to figure out how to get him to go to sleep.
Yeah, it's past his bedtime.
It's way past his bedtime, and he got meds like 3.5 hours ago.
Nope.
So
All
I will
right.
take you guys over on Cord if that's where I end up jumping after I can get him to settle down.
Absolutely. All right. And once again, thank you so much for hanging out with us and all your kind words. Uh,
Nope. Everyone's dropping out. Have a good
yep.
one.
Bye bye. And then realize the OG. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's crazy. That is insane. Absolutely insane. So, all right. Well, thanks for hanging out. Peace.